A super fantastic sparkling day. Welcome to Porch Light Letters podcast number 2167, The Space Between. So we are moving into a new week, which means we have a new theme. Our theme for this week is called In the Meantime. And tonight's is the first episode of In the Meantime, and it is the space between. Sorry. It's a Monday. It's going to go in and out. The brain, it's there. So there's a quiet, sacred space between what was and what will be. It's not a destination. It's not a detour. It's the space between. And tonight we honor it. And what the space between teaches us, the space between endings and beginnings is often where the deepest growth occurs. It may feel uncertain, uncomfortable, or even invisible, but it is never wasted. This middle space invites us to pause, listen, recalibrate, and breathe. Being in between isn't being stuck, it's being softened into something new. So think about it. What happens when you stop trying to rush through uncertainty and begin to honor it? You stop framing not knowing as failure and start trusting it as fertile ground. You allow yourself to be unfinished and still fully worthy. You meet yourself unmasked in the most honest ways. Isn't this cool? I love this. That space in between, I just absolutely love that space in between. Like it's that pause. You know, last night we talked about, what did we talk about last night? It was a really good one that led into this. Hang on, let's see if I can find my notes real quick. Last night we talked about, what did we talk about last night? The inhale before the becoming. This is in that inhale before the becoming is in this space between. So the two of them match up quite nicely because we were in that space in between of ending one topic and moving on to another topic, another theme. And so we were in that space. So we were honoring that space. How we carry forward. Excuse me, I think I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. How we're going to carry forward is we're going to begin seeing the space between as a chapter of its own, not just a blank space between paragraphs. Use this time for gentle reflection rather than forced action. This is a great time to, yes, I do have it here. Get out your reflection journal, which you can get by scanning the code up here. My new one is arriving between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. tonight. It's out for delivery. It just hasn't arrived yet, which is annoying me because I so want to get in there and write. So use this time for gentle reflection rather than forced action. Trust that clarity often blooms in stillness, not urgency. So the legacy connection is the space between is where we decide what kind of story we want to tell next. It's like each week we move from one theme into another, each one building on the other, each one pulling pieces from each other and intertwining. It's where roots deepen, values clarify, and visions begin to take shape. Those who come after us don't just inherit our outcomes, they inherit how we handle our in-betweens. I love it when that happens. How do we handle our in-betweens? You know, it's a quiet space to notice the sparks in your everyday. I love that. This is your in-betweens, and I really, really hope Amazon hurries up and delivers my new journal because I have so much I just want to get out of my head and get onto pages. I just have to go find a blank notebook and start writing, I think. So our questions for you this evening. Number one, which you can find in the description down below, and you can put them on your blank pages inside the journal. How do you usually respond to in-between moments, and what would it look like to respond differently? Think about that. What is this space between chapters teaching you about yourself? You know, each week, every weekend, every Saturday and Sunday, we're in between. We're that space in between. We're the space between. We're between this topic from last week, which was brave enough, and we're between this topic we're saying this week, which is in the meantime. So every weekend we are in the space between. Sometimes on Saturday we might continue Friday, the theme from the previous week, but Sunday is usually that between space. So what is the space between chapters teaching you about yourself? Where are you being invited to slow down, pause, or listen more closely? And number 4, what would it mean to trust this in between instead of rushing through it? So taking that time to stop, pause, instead of rushing through. That's why I love Sundays. Sundays is my off day. I try not to get on the computer. I unplug. I just spend time doing something else, something that's not on the normal agenda. It's my restart day. I love those in-between times. I love them. It could be sitting and journaling. It could be sitting and writing something else. It could be going for a drive. It could be taking naps. It could be watching movies. It could just be catching up on stuff from the week. And in closing, you don't have to know what's next to be at peace where you are. This space, the one between the known and the not yet, it's not empty. It's not empty. It's sacred, it's necessary, and it's enough. And with that, we are out of here. Go out, have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow evening.